What's up, y'all? Um, so I just wanted to share something I was thinking about. I used to cut hair, right? I used to be in barber school, and I used to cut hair, and I would go to the homeless shelter. I was dirt poor while I was in barber school. Dirt poor. I remember I would get off barber school, and whatever little $2, $3 tips I done made that day, I would take all my tips, grab the money, put it in my gas tank, just so I had fumes to get back to school the next day. And because I was so broke, I had to go to like a soup kitchen or like a bread line or whatever you want to call it, loaves and fishes, and I started meeting people who were homeless and just poor, and became friends with people. And I was like, you need your haircut. And so that led to me cutting people's hair at this homeless shelter like a block away. And there's this thing in barbering, like you're not supposed to, if you don't have the license, you're not supposed to like accept payment. But when I was in barber school, I don't got the license. Um, I go cut people's hair, at this homeless shelter, and I was dirt poor. Oh my goodness, I didn't have a job, and I lost my job, and I'm just on prayer and fumes. So I get to this, homeless shelter. I'm cutting people's hair, and people would come. They would be like, "Please cut my hair." I'm only supposed to be there till like, 8 o'clock, and so I'm only cutting for like 2, maybe 3 hours, and people would come, and I'd end up cutting till like 10 p.m. Right? So I start school at 8, get off at like 5, get to this soup kitchen at 5:30, eat real quick, and then run a block away to this homeless shelter and cut hair from like 6 to like 10. But the point I'm trying to make is like there would be this point where like people at the homeless shelter, please cut my hair, please cut my hair, and people would like try to pay me, and not like here's $20, but like, hey man, all I got is like $2, $3. I'm like, no, just keep it, just keep it. And I would say that over and over. And then one time, this one dude, this old like gangster from Chicago, he was like, my bro, I got $3. And I was like, no, 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 that's cool. He was like, no, you don't understand. And then I was like, I mean, it's cool. And then he was like, my brother, take my money. This is all I got, but I got to do something to bless you. And the thing is, in this shelter, he really had clout. He was like, people don't tell me no in here. And I was like, fair, that's cool. But he was like, just take this. And there's a time when like for me, like there's people when they have nothing, and whatever like little three tiny dollars they do have, they give it to you because they want to bless you. Take it. It's not about, oh, your money, you poured in me. So no, you gotta, accepting people's gift gives them dignity. Even Paul said like there was a few times he was like, I didn't burden you, but I should have burdened you. I didn't burden you, but I should have burdened you. Sometimes we, like somebody said this to me, they're like, don't rob me of my blessing. Don't rob me of my blessing. And I was like, sometimes it's false humility not to receive something you need, or not to receive somebody else's blessing because you think you're better off than them. I was dirt poor. That $3 went in my tank or my stomach, one of the two. And so, and somebody said, they're like, man, it seems like you've worked so many different type of jobs. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Now that I think about it. And I'm glad that God brought me to that like really humble place in a really humble season, that I can meet people that are most likely overlooked. So when you pour your heart out on somebody's head and into their soul, and they want to bless you, I would be a bitch nigga if I said, no, you keep your $3. Meanwhile, I cut hair out of school at a barbershop. People could tip me whatever they want and bless me. And a lot of times people who well off be like, here's $3. No, you keep your $3. You keep your $3. Don't disrespect me. But people living this life, going through whatever in a homeless shelter, I would be a bitch nigga to not receive whatever they can scrape up or whatever put together. However, I don't know the story. So anyways, be humble. That's my point. Jesus said, like the wind comes and you don't know where it comes from or where it's going, so are those that are like born of the Spirit. And that's so true. Like, I didn't finish barber school. I was at barber school one day and I was at a homeless shelter the next, and blessing people with haircuts, and then that ended and barber school ended. Like, it all ended just randomly, and I was at somewhere completely different, and people didn't even know. A month before, I was dirt poor and homeless. And then after that, sleeping in a truck. But I never went back to the homeless shelter. It was cutting whole nine. So anyways, yeah, I guess that's just my point. Something I wanted to share with you. There's probably someone in your life that like wants to bless you. Your blessings come from places that's designed to humble you. God is never going to bless you to a degree where you don't need him. A lot of times we think we're failing because we come back to a place of need. God, I used to feel like that. I used to work as hard as I could on my job, try to be as responsible, couldn't save. Sometimes people was too poor to save money. Sometimes. And I'll come back to this place where I was broken. And somebody once said, it was like, bro, trusting God doesn't mean you're self-sufficient. Trusting God always brings you back to a place of having to continue to trust God. That's it. What if you, as a parent, your kid one day, I'm 7, Mom, guess I don't need you. Oh, really? It don't work like that. God is never going to bring you to a place where you don't need him. Bless you to a place where you don't need him. He's never going to enable you to hurt or harm other people either. So anyways, that's my blessing. I love you guys, whoever you are, wherever you at, in the name of Jesus Christ.